Over the years, the integrity of the design has remained. The front entrance is an enclosed porch with a high pitch and widely flaring front gable roof. A full-size moon gate allows entrance to the porch, and a massive wooden front door that is arched gives way to the living room. Originally, the rafter tails extended beyond the eaves of the roof and were curved at the end in order to accentuate the Asian style, but deterioration caused them to be cut down. The exterior is sheathed in a unique flush-mounted board siding, custom milled to look like stacked bamboo.
I'm fascinated with the idea of milling that bamboo siding, so that from a distance you get the sense that it's bamboo, or it's meant to copy bamboo. And I really can't figure out how they did that. I've spoken to a couple of people to find out how they technically would have milled the bamboo in the manner that they did, and nobody really can quite come up with that, and I'd love to know more about that. Obviously, the interior siding is also was done to replicate the pagoda style, and the arched doorways, and the curved eaves. I mean, there are just so many elements that represent this architectural style.
The windows in the house are new. Duplicates were cost prohibitive, but the Newmans worked hard to find replacements that kept a sense of the originals, two of which they've retained as a piece of the past. The original 11-acre tract has been subdivided through the years, and only 2/3 acre remains. Little is left of the sumptuous gardens. The swimming pool, pool house, and patio are gone, as is the barbecue. Most of the 5,000 iris bulbs planted by a past owner have disappeared. The koi pond remains, as does the delightful tea house that mirrors the design of the main residence.
This was the original garden. It's been here the whole time. And this was one of the original roses. You've got to smell it. It's wonderful.
Elsie and Larry have added plantings to the now intimate garden, as well as restored some of its original features.
This is a lovely garden.
Oh, this angel was here originally too, Marla.
Oh, that's a wonderful piece of statuary.
Some of the rose bushes in the garden are original to the house, as is the garden food dog, the angel, and the statues standing in welcome at either side of the stairway to the house. These are touches that George and Marcia must have planned for the exquisite garden that covered much of the 11-acre tract.
This was the original koi pond, and the tea house were here.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't have the bridge when we got here, but it had the steel posts where it would go. And so we found a craftsman that could build that bridge, and then another one that built the waterfall, rebuilt it because it was disintegrating. And we redid the whole pond itself so that it's just perfect now. It's just awesome. There's 1/8 of a mile of walking trails around the property. It's 2/3 of an acre.
Wow.
Buildings are large artifacts, and they do convey certain aspects of our history. And when you look at architecture in particular, it's not just in a vacuum. Architectural styles don't exist in a vacuum. They represent a wide range of social issues, from art trends to politics, just an entire range of things that are going on in society at any given time. And so to have them around and to understand them really contributes a lot to our understanding of our life today, because we can appreciate and see what has gone on in the past.
When Elsie Newman recalls her childhood, she has memories of Hart House.
I was kind of curious a child. I liked alleys and the old part of town, and so I had seen this when it was actually 2 acres. There was a sign out front that showed the 1150 Monroe Court, And that was when it was the 2 acres. It's quite a large Oriental-looking sign that really set it apart. And so I was always fascinated and had driven down the street and seen it years before.
The sign is still there, stored away in the garage. Elsie can't bear to part with this piece of the past. She's become attached to the house as well as to the people who created it and the flamboyant era that nurtured their imagination. As adults, she and Larry became the owners of the house that had fascinated her as a teenager. The Newmans brought it back to life. They nurtured the dreams that were begun by George and Marcia Hart and Russell Mills. They have been the caretakers of the house and its history, and as such, have become a part of the history themselves.